You good?
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I think you're good. Senator, you want to come over with me? Is that all right? All right, let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Dimas Campos, and I am currently a junior at Belleville High School. I am a proud member of the Ralph Vallon Academy of Engineering and Medical Science, as well as the president of the Computer Club. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Governor Murphy, Education Commissioner Rappellette, and our other special guests. We are honored to have you here today. Ever since I was a little boy, I had a passion for learning. I loved figuring out how things were built. I remember taking apart my electronics and my toys and putting them back together just to see how they worked. While this led to many broken parts and pieces scattered, hidden under my bed, it also fueled my dream of one day becoming a mechanical engineer. Thanks to the efforts of the Director of Guidance, Mrs. Quarenti, and our Vice Principal, Mr. Lipo, I learned about an exciting opportunity to attend an academy at Belleville High School. The academy is a program that is extremely challenging and sets high academic expectations for students. It has been a wonderful opportunity, and I am very grateful to our superintendent, Dr. Tomko, for bringing the concept of an academy to Belleville. Since becoming our principal, Mr. Rhodes has focused on adding computer science, the computer science component to the program, and working to make it an accessible experience for students both during the day and after school. Being a student in these classes has been an extremely rewarding experience, and I feel so fortunate to be a student at Belleville High School. The computer science program has not only been a source of inspiration for me, but it has helped me to prepare for my future career. Along with the valuable lessons I learned in my accelerated classes, students are granted access to exciting opportunities. One experience that stands out in my mind was taking a trip to Clara Moss Hospital, where we were given the chance to actually operate the Da Vinci robot, which is cutting-edge surgical technology. When the robot is operated by a surgeon, it allows them to make precise incisions, making surgery minimally invasive. It was amazing to be able to actually put my arms inside the robot and see how it was stimulated by my own movements. Thanks to Governor Murphy, more students around New Jersey and here at Belleville are going to be able to have these amazing opportunities to learn computer science. Our school is going to be able to add an additional AP course, provide access to more students, and train new teachers in the best way to teach computer science. Technology is the future, and I feel confident that the addition of more computer science classes here in Belleville and around New Jersey will continue to equip students like me with the skills necessary for any career in this field. With that, it is my honor to introduce Governor Phil Murphy.
Thank you, Timo. Thank you, man. Great job, Bob. So impressive. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We all know that standing ovation was for Dimas, not for me. So let's just get that straight. Good morning, everybody. What a treat to be here. Before I get to the subject at hand, I wanted to briefly thank all of the state, county, and local road crews and first responders who worked hard yesterday afternoon and throughout the evening and overnight to keep our roadways clear and people safe. DOT had more than 1,400 pieces of equipment out on the highways in addition to the county and local equipment on the feeder and back roads. I also want to thank the people of New Jersey for their cooperation in letting these crews work and for their patience in getting home during the commute last night, which was pretty rough in some spots. But we're not quite out of the woods yet. And that's the most important thing I wanted to say, other than to say thank you. Throughout the day today, temperatures are going to plummet as a polar vortex spreads across the state, bringing with it frigid Arctic air. The entire state is under a wind chill advisory from the National Weather Service. Some parts of the state could experience wind chills as low as 20 below zero or even lower. As the vortex descends, we may see some snow squalls that would make roadways and sidewalks slick and cover any ice with snow. Ice remains a considerable concern. High winds may also have the potential to bring down power lines. And I repeat, as we always do, if you experience a blackout, don't assume your neighbor's going to call it in. Call it in yourself. Immediately call. And by the way, even more so, if you see a downed line, don't go near it and call it in immediately. We have less than 1,000 outages right now in the state, so this is not an issue as they stand here, but it is a prospective issue, particularly if the winds spike. I encourage everybody, the best place to go for me, and I would suggest always, is ready.nj.gov for the latest updates from the New Jersey Office of Emergency Management. Please be smart and safe. If it looks like ice, it probably is. Take it easy on the roads, and better yet, stay where it is warm. More seasonable weather, along with the Super Bowl, should be here for the weekend. So I got that off my chest. What a treat to be here. It is a particular treat to be at Belleville High, home of the Buccaneers. Thank you so much for hosting us. Let's one more time for Dimas Campos for for his tremendous welcome and introduction. And Dimas, your mom is here. Where's Mom? Where are you? Hello, Mom. I thought you were the class mom. You're Dimas' mom. Celeste Gonzalez, nice to have you. I also want to give a shout out to some terrific students here who I understand are either in the computer club under Mr. Corey Woodring or in the robotics class under Dr. Joy Alfano. But to the students and educators, let's hear it for them. I'm particularly honored to be joined by the Commissioner of Education, the man to my left, Dr. Lamont Repillette. More on you later, Doctor. Nice to have you. It is a particular treat to be joined by Senator Teresa Ruiz, with whom we have a very strong working relationship across a whole number of interests, including why we're here today. Assemblywoman Shanique Spite is right in front of me. Shanique, great to have you. Mayor Michael Mellum, who's not wearing a tie, nor am I, so I didn't recognize him quite at first. Michael, nice to see you. Members of council, including the council president, the freeholder presidents in the House, Brendan Gill's with us today. And I also want to acknowledge some other educational leaders with us today, including Superintendent Dr. Richard Tomko. Belleville High Principal Caleb Rhodes is in the house. And to all the educators and the members of the Board of Education, I also want to extend a warm welcome to the man to my left, Michael Driscoll, K-I-L-L, Director of Advocacy at Math for America, and more about them in a moment. Great to have you with us, Michael. I also want to recognize Marie Bliston and Sean Spiller, President and number 2 at the New Jersey Education Association, and importantly, the words, the Center for Teaching and Learning, first were uttered out of Marie's mouth to me, and they are an integral part of a lot of the programs that we're going to be talking about today. So honored to have you with us. And Bob, you too. There are so many others I'd like to mention, but would be here all day, and after all, it's a school day, so we have to get on with our business. We're here today to make some exciting announcements for the students here at Belleville and many others across the state. Last fall, we initiated our Computer Science for All, and I want to give, again, a big shout-out to the cooperation we've had with the legislature on this. It's an initiative to give more students access to a strong computer science curriculum in their own schools so they can prepare for good-paying careers in the innovation economy. An essential part of this initiative is growing the number of schools that offer their students an advanced computer science course so they can earn college credits and industry credentials. We invited school districts from across the state to apply for Computer Science for All grants to set up these new computer science classes, to create, importantly, a diverse crop of new computer science students, and to support faculty professional development. I'm proud to announce today that 29 school districts are being awarded these grants. It's a total of $2 million, and it will cover 900 seats in the school year beginning this fall. One of these grants, at slightly over $80,000, is coming right here to Belleville High School, right? And that's going to be enough to put 80 students into a Computer Science for All right here at Belleville. So through Computer Science for All, we're aiming to put New Jersey on a course to producing the homegrown computer science graduates we need to fill the tens of thousands of open jobs in the field. I've mentioned it before, and it never gets less mind-boggling. According to the nonprofit Code.org, in 2015, when New Jersey had nearly 23,000 open jobs in computer science, 23,000 open jobs in computer science, we produced barely 1,100 graduates capable of filling them. That's a deep hole when nationally, 58% of all new STEM jobs are in computing, but only 8% of STEM graduates are in computer science. And here's another eye-opening fact. In 2016, research by Google and Gallup on the diversity gap in computer science reported that African American and Latino students were 1.5 to nearly 2 times more likely than their white peers to have an interest in computer science. Yet these students are less likely to have a dedicated computer science classroom available to them. We see this in our own state. Only 1/4 of our AP computer science test takers are female. Roughly 1 in 7 AP computer science test takers are minority students. Now look at Belleville in the class of 2019. 45% are female, and more than 80% are minority students. And I know, and I know that every single one of them can do anything any student in any other high school in this state can do, and that includes coding and computing. Secondly, I am also thrilled to announce as well a new opportunity for some of our great elementary school educators to receive specialized STEM training through Math for America, so they can inspire and excite the minds of some of our youngest learners. Math for America, which has proven its model in a number of places, including right across the river in New York City, will be opening a fellowship pilot in New Jersey with programs hosted at Montclair State University, Princeton University, and Rowan University. Moreover, we are doing this piece without state dollars, as funding has been secured in partnership with both private sector and private foundation dollars, and one of those sources is the Overdeck Foundation. Laura, great to have you with us today. Yeah, I first heard about Math for America from Laura, and we now I have the honor of serving as an ex officio member on Princeton's Board of Trustees, which Laura sits on, and I'm thrilled to be working with you on this. I also see Bob Goodman himself is in the house. Bob, I didn't see you. Center for Teaching and Learning, right there, man. The Bob Goodman. I'm also pleased, again unrelatedly, to invite qualified school districts to apply to the New Jersey Department of Education for a share of $13.5 million in federal Title I funds, which we are reallocating to targeted high-poverty areas where students have a high percentage of the students are from low-income families, into areas including STEM education, early learning, transitional programs, social, emotional learning, and arts integration, importantly. These funds can further close both our STEM and our other gaps. All of this means that today is a huge day, in particular for closing the computer science gap in New Jersey. Today's about creating the New Jersey that innovative companies we'll look to and where our young people will want to stay to build their careers and their families. Today is about giving the young people of Belleville, like Dimas and his peers at the Ralph Vellon Academy of Medical Science and Engineering, among many others, and in 28 other school districts around the state, the chance to make their mark in innovation and technology. Thank you all so much. I get asked a lot, when did we pick up real momentum in the educational space in our administration? And hearkening back to the first time I met Lamont Repillette, he was the superintendent of schools in Asbury Park. So keep that in mind when my answer has become when the big man joined the band. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Lamont Repillette.
Pardon me for a second here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It is great to be here with the governor, Senator Ruiz, and to celebrate this administration's Computer Science for All initiative. The grants will support student success by funding summer bridge programs that prepare students for the rigorous coursework associated with the advanced computer science and providing professional development for teachers to teach these courses. These dollars will build academic confidence and support post-secondary success by allowing students to earn college credits and/or industry-valued credentials while still in high school. When we talk about a shortage of qualified applicants for jobs in the STEM field of science, technology, engineering, math, we know that many of those vacancies are specifically in the computer science arena. We would like to ensure that every student has the access to the level of computer science that this grant is funding, and the prerequisite skills to be successful in the rigorous coursework. Students that have this level of academic preparation become part of the cadre of skilled workers that will fuel the innovative economy here in New Jersey. This is a notable occasion because this is the first time New Jersey has specifically funded the expansion of computer science education. As Governor Murphy stated, $2 million will support the growth of advanced computer science in our state. Through a competitive grant process, we prioritize schools serving high concentration of students living at or below poverty. The department also funded 29 school districts across the state. That's 1,000 additional high school seats. So thank you, Governor Murphy, to our legislatures for making this critical investment in computer science for all.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Dr. Repillette, for your leadership, not just on this, but across the whole spectrum of our educational initiatives. You could do some things on your own in administration, but invariably you need to find partners in the legislature to work with to move the ball down the field. And I am honored to bring up to the podium one of the leaders, not just in the educational arena, but across the whole spectrum of important policy initiatives, and a great partner for us, Senator Teresa Ruiz.
Good morning, everyone. So I am grateful to the governor for many things this morning, that we're not having an open space announcement, and so we're not outside cutting a ribbon for a park. And to Dimas, who is way ahead, talking about how he recalls taking things apart. I have a hard time when I take batteries out of a remote, attempting to put them back in. In having a conversation with Dimas earlier with many of my colleagues in the back room, I said to him, 11th grade, are you already thinking about college or other opportunities? And he said, yeah, you know, I had the chance to go visit a college, and I said, all right, I wonder what school this is. And, you know, it's called MIT. I said, well, Dimas, okay. It is heartwarming. It feeds my soul to see a young Latino talking about attending MIT.
Yeah.
And the governor spoke about this, but I want the students of the academy to stand so you can really see it tangibly. When we think about, and I'll ask the students to stand, when we think about the high growth, when we think about the job market in this country, the high growth industry, these faces are underrepresented. And this initiative, alongside what the principal and the superintendent and all the administrators and teaching and working staff are doing in Belleville are doing precisely the opposite. We're aligning curriculum with the available jobs, we're aligning a curriculum with a high-growth industry, and we're opening doors for women and men who are underrepresented in the field. So congratulations and good luck to the future that you have. You will outpace my salary very shortly, I'm sure. There are so many statistics, but one is that 9 million jobs in 2015 were available in the country. You heard the governor say right here in the state there were over 20,000 jobs that were available. It is known that 93 out of every 100 tech jobs earns more than the national salary average in this country. And when we think about aligning communities that disproportionately have been left behind, whether in the academic field or in social services or for whatever matter, I think that the work that the governor and the department is doing today alongside the legislature, we are marrying both policy and people to protect the future of this state and the country. There is nothing more critical than making an investment in education that has a return on other like what we're announcing today. I look forward to many future announcements. I would love to see us giving money to an early childhood setting that's doing math. I think people get so disengaged with understanding what math and science is really about. I was working with my daughter and we were doing patterns with Legos, right? So we were in essence coding. And I said, if someone would have taken that opportunity to engage with me and introduce math and science in a way where it's not math and science, dun, 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 dun. Because when I used to walk into my math and science class, I was like, I just have to get an A because I want to rank high and get into college. But I was deadly afraid of the subject matter. And I think that that happens way too often in our school settings. But I think that we're turning the tide. The more professional development and nurturing that we offer our career professionals in the classroom, to see how we can be innovative and creative, to engage our student bodies, the more money that we put into expanding AP classes and courses in areas where we really don't have advanced placement opportunities, the more creative and innovative we get, the better we will be prepared for the future. It is time for us to step outside of the insanity and keep doing the same things over and over again that we know don't prove to be successful. I am so fulfilled today that this is a great start of many more opportunities that really brings in so many people, whether it's state board members, it's DOE, it's the municipal level, it's the county government, it's the state government, it's the legislature, coming together to recognize that when we focus on really fundamental good policy, that tracks data, that engages, that secures the student success, that really the outcome of the Garden State will be a phenomenal success. So thank you for letting me be a part of this opportunity. You talked about really terrible weather tomorrow. Perhaps you can give me a hall pass to miss the voting session in Trenton tomorrow so I can stay home. But really, thank you to everyone in this room that makes it work. And to all of you, keep at it. Don't get discouraged. You will find many opportunities in life where someone will tell you that this is not for you or you don't look like. Just turn around and say, yes, it is.
Amen. So, I'll get you one second. So I mentioned Math for America. Mentioned the Center for Teaching and Learning, which is a big game changer. And they're part not of all 29 of these programs, but a lot of them, including right here at Belleville. So Bob, thank you for your leadership. I mentioned Laura had got me on to Math for America a few years ago, and one of its senior leaders is with us today. They're going to be piloting at 3 different of our universities to work with our educators and to even strengthen the curriculum and the whole pedagogical oomph that we have in math up and down the state. I want to introduce and bring up Michael Driscoll to join us. Thanks, man.
Thanks, everybody, for having me. It's wonderful to be in a school. I was a math teacher for a decade in New York City, and I spent some time talking to Demas earlier as well, and I'm pretty optimistic about where the future is going if kids are getting interested in STEM like this in New Jersey. I'm the Director of Advocacy at Math for America, or MFA as we call it, and we're a STEM education nonprofit that runs a nationally recognized fellowship program for public school STEM teachers in New York City. At MFA, our goal is to change the way we think about teaching by trusting teachers to power innovation from their classrooms. For a long time, we have admired Governor Murphy's strong commitment to supporting STEM teachers and to preparing students with the skills that they need to thrive in the 21st century. As we are delighted to have this administration's support in developing an exciting new program that's going to expand innovation in STEM education in New Jersey statewide. As the governor mentioned, MFA is partnering with leading universities across the state, Montclair State University, Princeton University, and Rowan University, to create a new program that we're going to call the New Jersey STEM Innovation Fellowship. The program aims to improve STEM teaching and student learning in New Jersey public schools. We are launching a pilot in the coming school year, and our initial focus is going to be on math in elementary grades. The New Jersey STEM Innovation Fellowship is a one-year fellowship that comes with a $5,000 stipend and will be initially opened to experienced K-5 teachers who teach math in elementary schools. Fellows will attend a 2-day summer institute at Montclair State University and then attend monthly workshops hosted by participating universities in their region. The goal is to improve math instruction for their students in the classroom. To do this, fellows will learn about and implement an innovative, research-based teaching practice shown to help students, particularly in high-needs districts, develop powerful and flexible problem-solving skills. Fellows will then share what they are learning with colleagues in their schools and districts. The goal is to expand innovative practices and improve student learning system-wide. MFA is developing this program with feedback from several key stakeholders in New Jersey, including the Murphy administration, our 3 university partners led by Montclair State, the New Jersey Department of Education, and Jersey Can, an advocacy group that supports equitable access to STEM education for students. The pilot year of the fellowship will be privately funded by organizations with a strong commitment to supporting STEM education in New Jersey. These organizations include the Overdeck Family Foundation, PSEG Foundation, Celgene Corporation, Becton Dickinson and Company, or BD for short, and the Marr Charitable Foundation. Teachers can learn more and submit applications online at www.innovatestemnj.org. The fellowship will begin accepting applications in February, and the deadline to submit applications will be March 31st, 2019. Thank you to Governor Murphy for giving me some time to highlight the New Jersey STEM Innovation Fellowship during today's announcement. We believe this new approach is going to expand innovation in New Jersey and ultimately serve as a model for other states. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Great job, man. Great job. Really exciting. And the phrase "it takes a village" is screaming out at us right now, because you've got a legislature, you've got a front office, you've got a commissioner of education, but you've got an extraordinary organization, a couple of them, in fact. You've got educators, and you heard some corporate and other private philanthropic foundations. It's going to take that whole of society approach to not just keep us where we're strong, but get us to the place where we need to get to, where we're not where we need to be yet. So to everybody involved, a deep hosanna and thanks. We'll take a couple of quick questions if we could. Michael.
Just to clarify what you announced here today, $2 million that'll create 900 seats and 29 schools.
Correct.
$13.5 billion Title I funding redirected to low income.
Correct. To high poverty, low income school districts. And I think there are about 120 plans being considered right now across a number of different areas.
This nonprofit Math for America program to train teachers.
Elementary teachers, yep.
Privately funded.
Correct.
So take it all together, how do you get people? What is the significance?
Well, one takeaway is the state is in only for about, just maybe 15% of the total amount of money that we're talking about today, which we got some nice leverage. We got federal money that we're redeploying, and we've got some philanthropic and corporate interests working with an outstanding nonprofit organization. And again, I want to give Bob a shout out, because the Center for Teaching and Learning is a part of this as well. So I love the fact it's a significant amount of money, Michael, but not a lot of it is from the state. And so I'm happy that we're able to cobble that together. And it's not going to achieve all of our aspirations, right? So we have more than 900 seats that we'd like to get to. If you want to look at a glass half empty reaction to this, we had 44 schools apply for computer science for all. We picked 29. By the way, poverty was a main element there as well. But also as Lamont calls it, shovel ready? Did you have a computer science club? Did you have a robotics club? Were you ready to go? And the glass half empty reaction I have is that 44 schools applied. I'd like that to be 444. And so our hope is, among other things, when we stand up a positive example, a test case, as we're doing here in Belleville, that other communities, maybe in Essex County, maybe beyond, will look and say, hey, wait a minute, and then get shovel ready and get ready, be at the head of the line to get their own program funded. How do you spell your last name, Dimas?
Campos. Campos.
Campos.
Very phonetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Campos.
Yes.
Give us the status of sports betting in this country, in this state, I'm sorry, especially as the Super Bowl weekend approaches.
Well, I was just with one of the operators last night, and he said his business is gangbusters. I'm not sure exactly what that means in terms of dollars and cents, but he's obviously preparing for a big weekend, needless to say. It has exceeded expectations, but it's not a huge, even exceeding expectations, it isn't a huge budget item for us. We never thought it would be, but it's probably going to be north of what we expected. I think the bigger aha is, and I've said this before publicly, the famous let's go out to Las Vegas to the sports book and spend the weekend with a bunch of friends and go to a show, buy dinner, buy a bottle of wine, whatever it might be. We're getting some of that action in New Jersey. So there's ancillary benefits to all this. I would expect it's going to be a big weekend. Please.
Governor, you mentioned at the start the descending vortex that's coming our way with the weather.
Yes.
A couple of things. I mean, it's the deadly cold that is supposed to come here tomorrow. What is your concern for New Jersey residents? And part and parcel with this, driving up on the Parkway today, there's so much salt on the road, you can't see which lane you're in many areas, and it's very dangerous. I know you have talked about not wanting to be whining about brining. However,
I don't think I said it quite that way, but I like your style.
Is there a concern about this at all? I mean, there's some Rutgers professors talking about, the groundwater level of salt
Yeah.
increasing, but more along the lines also of, what do you want New Jersey residents to keep in mind through this coming night?
Yep.
into tomorrow?
So look, that's the most important piece of this, and I'll give you a quick reaction to the salt and the brining. It's going to get really cold. There's an instant frostbite warning in effect in Midwestern states right now. So I know University of Michigan, I heard last night, has called school off for 2 days and told people literally to stay inside. I don't think we're going to get it that bad, but it's going to be bad. So I think people have to consider what they're going to be doing over the next sort of 24 to 36 hours, and to be particularly as always at the extreme ends of the spectrum, the very young and the very old in our society. So on the margin, if you can stay indoors, that would be one obvious but I think important reminder. Secondly, I worry about power outages, but that's going to depend somewhat on temperature and ice. And I mentioned a little bit of a potential for snow squalls as the temperature drops, but also wind. So that's the X factor. If the wind gusts stay low, we'll probably be in a much better place. And as I stand here right now, as I mentioned, there are less than 1,000 outages at last I checked in the state. And if you lose your power, call it in. And if you see a downline, call it in. And please, God, don't go near it. We had 2 fatalities last winter, of one person who touched a line and one who drove over a line. And that can't be. As a general matter, I mean, I've not heard the concern about the salt, that you can't see the lines in the road. I take that seriously, so we'll make sure. Public safety, we're the densest state in the nation, so there are 2, among other responsibilities. The environment matters a whole lot. You got to get an A, not an A minus. And secondly, public safety and moving people around. And in a storm, safety is our paramount concern. So we do what we can in terms of the brine solution is 80% water. I mean, so there are steps that are taken with respect to the environment. Public safety, particularly in a storm, is job number 1, though. Please. A belated happy birthday, by the way.
Don't know if you had a chance to see it, but speaking about the weather, any reaction to your predecessor taking a swipe at you last night, Uncle Bear, and also any plans to purchase his book?
No, I heard he took a swipe at me. I usually watch Colbert. I'm a big fan, but last night I chose to watch a Merv Griffin rerun. So I did not see the show last night, and at the moment. But I promise I'll keep you updated. I have no plans to purchase the book. With that, I think we're gonna bring this to a close. I got to thank again Belleville High, the school district, the mayor, the council, freeholders, the extraordinary students and educators, the nonprofits, the commissioner, Senator Ruiz. Thank you for your leadership, Assemblywoman, to each and every one. The parents, Mom, I got to make sure you're in there. To each and every one of you, it does take a village. This is a great example. Thank you all. God bless you all, and see you around soon. See you, buddy. Michael, great to meet you. Honor to meet you.